All right, so we're going to start with this video first.
Why do women seek out committed men?
You also got the women, though, who know for a fact that they don't possess the qualities to be able to be a full-time woman.
True.
Especially if they have low confidence, low self-worth, low self-esteem. They possibly just don't even believe that they can be that woman 100%. And then, you know, back to your point, you know, sometimes men, when they have a really good woman, they pull that woman's energy and it shows through them. And women are attracted to that. You can siphon your woman's energy. And women see that, and they are attracted to not you, but that woman's energy that's in you, and that's what they're pulling from. But that's just that part of the conversation I want to have.
Woo!
I'm thinking about the comparison aspect. Sometimes women are looking over at another woman, and they feel like if they can get what she has, that somehow speaks to their value.
Come on.
If they don't believe that they are good enough, so on and so forth, somehow having what you have makes them, even if it's just a piece of it, makes them feel like they're on the level that they would like to see themselves on, when that's not quite true. The other thing is, I've always had this theory about how the side chick wins because she's willing to be more flexible, even if the flexibility is due to the lack of boundaries.
I ain't gonna lie, they win because they be nastier.
Huh?
You said they a bit nastier? See, what?
I was about to say, it's the
See,
flexibility
a woman
thing.
get comfortable in the relationship, and they be like, "Well, you keep on fucking me, just simple." But that woman, that side piece, is gonna fuck you slut.
Because she got something to prove. They throwing it back because their self-esteem depends on it. They throwing it back that hard because their self-esteem depends on it. This is the thing that makes them feel good and worthy and valuable.
I might be one.
So sometimes women will see the way you treat another woman and they will want that, right?
True.
I want flowers, right? I want to be taken on dates. I want to be shown up. So even if getting a little piece of that after 11:30 at night is all I can get right now, that's cool because at least I'm still getting it. And sometimes to them, something is better than nothing. But what we don't, or them ladies, what they don't understand is it's not real and it's not permanent. It's temporary. And even if by chance you do end up making it to being the main girl, you lose them how you get them.
All right, so now let's dive deeper into it. Let's begin.
The number one thing is emotional intelligence, all right? And you lose your emotional intelligence whenever you're faced with something that you really want. Whenever you're faced with something that promises to fulfill your dreams and fantasies. What tends to happen is that you stop thinking short term, the scope of your vision narrows, and you start projecting. You become impatient, and you become more reactive. And you could be an emotionally intelligent person, but under that circumstance, you lose that emotional intelligence. You become more reactive. You become more emotional. Your personality completely changes. Everything about your face changes because your emotional state affect the little muscles in your face, like your emotional mood. You know, when you feel like a little subtleness of anger or subtleness of anxiety, it may not be noticeable, but the little facial muscles react to that slow simmering mood. Now, when the emotions become too intense, the bigger muscles become more activated, and you can see it more obviously, to the point where all of a sudden the bigger muscles become more active. In other words, moods affect the little things here, the little muscles here, the little muscles here, the little muscles here. And the more intense the mood, the bigger muscles get infected by it, right? And so it'll show in your bigger muscles like this, like you become more like, when maybe you were like this, and now you're a little anxious, you're like, maybe you might be blinking more. But the higher the anxiety, the bigger muscles start to become more activated. Bigger muscles, bigger muscles, bigger muscles, bigger muscles. Like, you see what I'm saying? So we want to watch out for the subtle changes because that's what really penetrates the mind. The subtle, like the subtle communication of anxiety. So whenever you're facing somebody, you're in the face of somebody that you want a lot, or somebody that fulfills your fantasies, you lose your emotional intelligence. And so that usually will manifest itself with lack of self-awareness. In other words, you don't know how high your pitch is. You don't know how quick you're responding. In other words, you don't know how desperate you come across. For example, people who are corrupt, people who are evil, they lack self-awareness that they don't notice how evil they are compared to other people. Like, they're so divorced from reality, right? Another thing that happens when you lose your emotional intelligence is that you lose your ability to control your emotions. You lose your ability to empathize, to be able to sense what other people think of you. So with that, you're not able to get that feedback and fix your mistake. You lose your ability to socialize correctly. You lose your motivation to try to fix things. You lose your ability to have conflict resolution, and conflict resolution is highly important. This is why. In life, conflict is everywhere. And in my experience, women find me most attractive when I show them my conflict resolution skills. When I tell her, look, man, Quintisha, look, I like you and I want you. No, I like you, but you've been acting a little, distant lately. Is there something you want to talk about? Or even when I tell her, hey, look, man, lately you've been distant. I don't like the way you've been, so busy all of a sudden. Like, I want to see you, but if this is how things are going to be, I prefer to walk away. Do you want to work this out? Let's have a conversation. And those conversations, and guys might listen to me and say, oh, that's so fucking lame. What do you mean conversations? How do I get her to like me? Motherfucker, listen up, bro. These types of conversations create an awkwardness. It creates an awkwardness between you and the girl, right? And these conversations, when you are, and this is how it goes. It has like a shit. You're talking, and then you tell me you got to talk. You talk it out. It's uncomfortable. You find the solution, and then you finally resolve it. And all of a sudden, you get the oxytocin hit. There's like an oxytocin hit that creates a deeper bond. Conflict resolution creates more attraction in men and women. And the reason why is because the reconciliation, it's like makeup sex, right? The sex becomes better, the spending time together becomes better, and the woman just becomes more attracted to you. Like in my experience, they become more attractive. And so that even happens with guys. Women have done that to me, and I've seen the effect. But if you have no emotional intelligence, you're not going to be able to have these types of conflict resolutions, because you might end up throwing a chancla at her, right? Not at her. Holy shit! Not at her. Oh God, not at him, right? Right? Like you might it's like conflict resolution. You can't create this effect that increases attraction without having emotional intelligence, because your confrontations will create like too much chaos. And this is like, this happens with some people. Like you can't have an argument with them. You can't talk about the problems you have with each other, because they just scream. They scream and they ruin the whole conversation. And they choose to do that because they prefer chaos over resolution. Oh my fucking God, Father Alex, we live in a moment. Yeah, exactly. I've dealt with people like that, who rather than talk, they scream, and they're like, I don't want to talk. Why are you talking to me? I'm like, bitch, I'm trying to resolve this issue that we have. You know what? Get out. I've done that too. I'm like, get the fuck out. I'm not get the fuck out. Before I say get out, I start recording the audio with my phone. I'm like, hey, you know what? Crazy white girl, get the fuck out. She's like, what? What do you mean get the fuck out? I said, get the fuck out, man. You're so disrespectful. Get out. I want you out. I want you to leave. And I've done that. Why? Because I notice, okay, this person cannot have a conversation without screaming. I can't respect you. Because you could be an extremely intelligent person, but if you have low emotional intelligence, your relationships are going to be shit. You're always going to be causing problems. You're always going to be causing misunderstandings, because I don't need you to be, in general, right? I don't need you to be that intelligent. I just need you to be emotionally on point. I need you. Now, if you guys enjoy this type of content, check out my course, Dark Game, or like I like to call it now, the Complete Man. It's a course that I created for guys who have no idea how to get women in their lives. As you guys can see, I have attracted a life that brings women into my life. I do a lot of social events, art events, meditation events, and I don't do that to get women. But what I notice is that it gets women into your life, right? And in this course, I teach you guys how to do this. I teach you. So that means even if you're friend zone, if you're the type of person that lacks assertiveness, if you were raised by a single mom and you didn't know how to get women, well, this is the course for you. It teaches you how to overcome approach anxiety, how to take action, because a lot of the times you watch these videos and you don't know how to take action, how to break patterns, how to build social circle, a pickup artistry course, right? Understanding your dark side, a bunch of things that helps a guy improve their dating life, right? Where we talk about how to find your purpose, female nature,
the mindset game, the outer game, right? How to get her number, how to damage control, how to create competition, first date, using vulnerability, online games, social circle game, how to get threesomes. I mean, the whole shebang bang, right? And the beauty about this course is that there's a 30-day money back guarantee. If you don't like it, you could just let me know and get a refund. There's the basic course, which is $99, and then there is the one with the bonuses, like that I just read to you. So just look through the sales letter, and there's actually some free clips that you guys can watch, right? I think so, right? No, there isn't, but yeah, just look at it. Let me know if you what you guys think of it. You just give it a try. If you don't like it, I will give you your money back. I've always given people refunds. So yeah, man. Hopefully, I can see you guys inside, and let's get back to the video.